All right, listen, so there are so many beautiful places to live in the Okanagan, from the large major cities like Kelowna to the more quieter urban areas in the north like Vernon, to the incredible small towns that surround these places like Peachland and Lake Country. But there is one place, one town that rarely gets talked about in the Okanagan, and that is Summerland, BC. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about this beautiful Okanagan gem and show you around this incredible area. So let's check it out. Okay, so first off, where is Summerland, BC exactly? Summerland is nestled in between West Kelowna, Peachland, and Penticton. So it's about 15 minutes away from Penticton, BC, and about 40-ish minutes away from West Kelowna. And it really honestly depends on the traffic. Traffic can build up in these areas. It is for the most part only a 2-lane highway that curves along Lake Okanagan and honestly gives you some incredible scenery on the way down here. And Summerland really is the entrance, the first gate that leads you into the South Okanagan. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been to Summerland quite a few times. It's kind of a stop I always make when I'm headed down to Naramata to go wine tasting. We always come here, stop at some of the great wineries here like Dirty Laundry. But I haven't spent too much time in Summerland, but I will tell you, every time I come to this town, I am in kind of awe of it. It is incredibly beautiful. You know, I've spent an ample amount of time in Peachland and Lake Country, but honestly, even just being here today on a beautiful day like it is, surrounded by the mountains with the lake at your front door, it makes me realize I really do feel like Summerland is a place in the Okanagan that almost gets overlooked, and I'm not even sure for what reason. There is not really a downside to it, you know. I mean, you're very close to a bigger city like Penticton. You're not too far from Kelowna. It's so beautiful here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little more quieter, a little slower pace of lifestyle here in Summerland, but obviously that's why you're coming for. And the beauty here is honestly unparalleled. You have these mountains that jut up right in the middle of the town. You're right alongside Lake Okanagan. You have these rolling hills, beautiful scenery with the mountains surrounding you, the vineyards, the wineries, and it's honestly a super cute town. So as for the size of Summerland, it's just over 74 kilometers squared, but it feels a lot smaller than that. The population is around 12,000 people, and although Summerland kind of takes up a larger area, it definitely feels like a very small town. There are 4 distinct areas to Summerland. It doesn't have major neighborhoods like a Kelowna or a Penticton, but the 4 areas are Summerland Main, Summerland Lower, Summerland Rural, and Trout Creek. So in terms of real estate here, you're definitely going to have a lot less options here. You know, there's only currently 185 listings available, and there is a diverse range of real estate, from condos to single family homes to townhouses to new construction to acreages. And honestly, one thing that surprised me when I started to look into a little more of the averages and the overall landscape of real estate is Summerland isn't that cheap, even compared to Peachland or Penticton. Right now, the average list price for a home is $997,000, and the average sale price for a home is $840,000. That all comes with an average list to sell ratio of 96.7% and an average days on market just over the average of the Central Okanagan at 70 days. And I think because of the limited active listings, the fact that this is a very desirable place, you know, once people know about this area and they make their mind up they want to live here, I think the real estate can get kind of competitive here. So with high demand, limited inventory, prices are relatively high for a small town just on the border of the South Okanagan. So if you're planning on moving here with your family, there are a few options for schools. They have Summerland Elementary, Summerland Middle School, and Summerland Secondary School with some private options. But when you get to the high school age, you're going to have to be going to West Kelowna or down to Penticton for your schooling options. Now this, for some people, may be a bit of a pit stop. They landed in Kelowna, they're on vacation, they want to venture to the southern Okanagan and go wine tasting to some of the beautiful wineries there. Summerland may just be a little stop along the highway that they don't really take the full day to fully adventure and experience this town. But honestly, I think Summerland is worth spending a little time here and actually checking it out, because it is truly an incredible place. Now, in terms of what there is to do here, first of all, Summerland's Main Street has some great options for restaurants, from smaller cafes and bakeries to farm-to-table restaurants. For such a small town, there are quite a few culinary options. Now, in terms of wineries, Summerland's Bottleneck Drive has over 15 wineries and cideries that will give you a plethora of options if you're planning on spending the whole day wine touring here, or you're just here for a stop before you head to Naramata or the south. I mean, in terms of the outdoors, you are surrounded by nature here, as you can see from some of these shots. But if you're looking for a great hike, Giant's Head Park gives you incredible views of the valley and is also not too challenging of a hike, so you can get some incredible views for a very cheap effort. And something that keeps coming up when I'm looking at things to do in Summerland is the Kettle Valley Steam Railway, which runs through Summerland, but is also something you can book an adventure on. I guess there's different packages that you can partake in, from going to have a meal on the railway, or some of the experiences they have. You can actually set up a robbery on the train and get to partake in experiencing that, which I've seen from the reviews. People of all ages really enjoy it, and it seems like a very cool thing to do. But right now I'm in the heart of the town, and I want to take you on a little tour of some of my favorite things to do when I'm in Summerland and show you some views so you can really experience what Summerland has to offer, from its housing to its wineries to its places to eat to some of the beautiful views of nature that you can get in this town. So let's go check it out. All right, so I'm just off of Main Street right now, Memorial Park, and this is a beautiful park, again, kind of in the heart of the city, off of one of the streets that has the most restaurants and cafes. Now, I haven't experienced too much of Summerland's culinary cuisine, but some of the places I can definitely recommend when you come here is Zia's Stonehouse Restaurant. You can get a great meal here. This is definitely the dinner spot. If you're here, you're early in the morning, you want some baked goods, you want some great coffee, the Beanery just off of Main Street is an awesome choice for that. And if you're, you're wine tasting, you're hitting up breweries, an awesome spot to grab a great meal and some great drinks is Giant Head's Brewery. But there is a ton of stuff I haven't got to experience here, and just from looking at the reviews of some of the places, it seems like there's a ton of great options, and most of them are in really close walking distance to each other. So you can head down Main Street, hit a couple places up, grab some lunch, grab some breakfast, hit up some wineries during the day, and then settle in for a delicious dinner meal at one of the fantastic restaurants here. But the next place I'm going to show you is kind of the spot I always stop at when I come here. Usually when my folks are in town and we go wine tasting in the southern Okanagan, this is a must stop on the way down. And it's a local favorite spot and one of the most popular wineries in the area. So let's check that out quickly. All right, and that must stop place, the place I always hit up when I come out this way, is in fact Dirty Laundry Winery, which I'm assuming if you're familiar with this area or Summerland at all, you probably could have guessed this. It's just, honestly, it's a great spot. They have some fantastic wines. You can get wine, you can get beer, they make pizzas here. They got a great gift shop, they got a great pitch and a story that makes the tasting fun, and it's just an overall awesome experience. If you're lucky enough, which I wasn't today, the wine shop's not even open, but if you're sitting there having lunch, you may be able to catch the Kettle Valley train coming along through, which just adds to the experience as you overlook the Lake Okanagan, some beautiful vineyards, some fantastic homes. And it's right at the top of Bottleneck Drive, which, like I said, has over 15 wineries, tons of great spots to choose from. But if you're going to come through Summerland, this is a great starting point. You can have a quick lunch, you can get a good tasting, and then you can really start your day. So yes, highly recommend checking this place out. And I promise you, your family, whoever you bring here, will not be disappointed. So whether you're just stopping by Summerland as a quick stopover on your way down to the South Okanagan, or you want to come for a lengthier visit and really experience everything that this beautiful town has to offer, as you can see, there are a ton of things to do and obviously a ton of places to see. From the amazing wineries to the great scenic, beautiful hikes in nature to the several options of culinary cuisine, I really believe that Summerland is a place that is not mentioned enough, especially when people are moving to the Okanagan. I feel like it's not often a place they consider as their permanent residence. But like I always say, when you're coming here, when you're experiencing the Okanagan, whether it's a vacation or you're moving here full time, there are a ton of places that are going to fit your lifestyle, but even more importantly, there are a ton of places that aren't going to fit your lifestyle. And in order to figure that out, you got to reach out to me. You got to give me a call, text, email at the information on the screen, pinned in the comments, and in the description down below. Reach out to me anytime. As a relocation specialist and a local expert, I'm going to help you figure out the perfect spot that's going to match your lifestyle, and I'm going to make the process of either buying or selling a home here as smooth as possible. And stick around to the end of the video, because if you love Summerland as a small town and it's, you're wanting to move to a smaller place in the Okanagan, I'm going to link a playlist for you at the end of this video that's going to take you for a tour and give you information on all the towns surrounding Kelowna. And plus, I'm going to link you to a video that gives you a full overview of what it's like to live in Kelowna, British Columbia. If you haven't yet, whether you're new to the channel or you're returning, make sure you subscribe to my channel to get all the latest information on what it's like to live in the Okanagan, from real estate information to overviews of towns to the cost of living here. My goal is to provide you with value-driven content and provide you with enough information that you can easily make a decision even without coming here. So I hope you guys guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what town you want me to overview next. Again, my name is Brett Paholi, your Okanagan real estate professional and relocation specialist. This is my channel, Living in Kelowna, BC, and I will catch you in the next video.